In the game, he hasn't played in a couple of years now, rise to the occasion.
Yeah, great to see. And not only for Jake, we have a number of guys, I'm sure guys around the league too, a number of guys around the league that this is their first game action in, a year and a half or so, give or take. So great to see Jake come out, execute, connect with Speedy on that, and great to see us pull out the win right there. Some good situational football at the end too.
What was your message to him when things, Jake, they weren't going well necessarily the first couple drives, a couple sacks and things like that? Your message to him, especially entering such a pressure situation like that?
Well, the thing with Jake is he's been there before. You go back to when Brandon scouted him with his staff and some of the film that I looked at, he's been in big games before in those moments, and he just doesn't seem to be fazed by those moments, and so that's a great sign.
To Secret or so start the way that he did, I think it was a sack on the third play. And he was lined up against another guy who was picked in the top 10, so a pretty intriguing matchup there. What was that like for you to see Greg get off of that start?
Yeah, that's what we want to see, right? We want to improve our pass rush. We were very intentional about that this offseason, and so it's good to see, in particular against a guy that was picked high, like I think it was Panay, right on the other side there. So, so I'm anxious to look at the film and see who else showed up in terms of rushing the passer.
From on the sideline, did it feel like collectively you were getting more pressure than maybe you guys had in the past?
I can say on that play, yes. Some of the other ones, I've got to look at the tape again to see. Our D-line coaches know it's never enough, right? They've heard that before. I've worked with Eric for a number of years, and he knows you're always wanting more. So, but it is good to, against their ones with the group we had out there. I thought some of the guys showed up and did a good job.
Devin had strong yards per carry and then was able to get the touchdown catch. I know Zach, wasn't able to be out there, but to see him get going, albeit in the first preseason game, he's an important player for you. Is it a step in the right direction for him?
Yes, yeah, I was impressed by the way he ran. I thought he was productive, had some holes, credit the offensive line at times. He made some people miss, and I think we had 90-some yards rushing at halftime, and I was happy to see that.
How happy were you to see the veterans? That would surprise you, be so engaged at the end of the game, watching those young guys, everybody pulling, and even, Davis said, hey, you keep it score, you're trying to win. That's the goal, and, to see that from those guys on the side.
Yeah, great to see. I mean, these guys, they cheer for each other, they pull for each other. It means something to them, even though it's a preseason game. That's what competitors do. You go out there and you try and win the game with what you have at your disposal in terms of the call sheet, the game plan, and I credit the guys, man. Those were good situations for us to be in. I thought we did get sloppy, though, at times, and so we've got a lot to work on from this game.
Sean, we knew about Josh going into the game that he wasn't going to play, but there was a big group of veterans and players who have established themselves that didn't go tonight. I guess what went into the decision to kind of have that big core sit out this week?
Yeah, I think, listen, we all have to earn our spot. I just want to put that out there. They know that. Separate of that, but a factor in this decision was that we only have 3 of these games to evaluate players that we don't know as much about. And so just feel like it'd be irresponsible of me and Brandon to, I'll just say me, I won't say Brandon, but for us to not take a good look at the back half of our roster and these young players now with only 2 games left, right? So, and that big cut is coming after that 3rd game, which is now 2 games from now. So I thought we had an opportunity to do that tonight, and I thought some of the guys really showed up and took advantage of the opportunity.
For Tyler to get the kind of work that he did, a 50-yard field goal early, and then to have the game kind of rested on him at the end, I mean, that's ideal for a kicker in the preseason.
Yeah, I couldn't have scripted it any better. I mean, we talked about being able to script things, and when we didn't have preseason games, I mean, those are things we've worked on, but when it's not in a real game, in terms of when we're doing it on our own, that's great experience for Tyler, for working with Matt, who's new. That relationship is new this year, and obviously Reed's been around, and the whole operation. I mean, that's good situational football.
Anything on Antonio and Isaiah early on? The injured players? Antonio came back.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Yeah, Isaiah, I still haven't met with our trainer yet, so.
And if you have a good problem on your hands down the road with the third quarterback, I mean, you got two good ones there.
Yeah, I thought they both played well. Again, great to see both of them have success. They work extremely hard. And so, we're going to continue to try and give them as many reps as we can.
So I'm not sure if he ended up that way, but at one point late, Tommy Sweeney was the leading receiver. Everything he went through last year, see him come out there and have that game more than big.
Awesome. Tommy's a very resilient young man, and I think that his teammates have seen that over the course of a year. I mean, again, now that you mentioned it, Sal, and what Jake, I know it's been mentioned before, but what Jake went through last year, I don't think a lot of people understand what type of role he had, right, where he had to be separate of the team, to come out here in this first game like Tommy and have success. It just goes to show you, man, that there's a lot of good comes when you work hard and keep your head down and you stay resilient.
I feel about end of the game with the sack. Earlier in the game, he was called for roughing the passer, and you kind of pulled him aside on the sidelines. What was your message to him?
Yeah, I just said, hey, stay aggressive, and reset. We talk about the mental part of the game. It's very easy there to get carried away with what just happened and how it may have impacted the game in a negative way. So mentally, you've got to reset. That's what your teammates need from you, is to get back mentally and then get yourself ready for the next play. All right, thanks, guys.